just in the next 4 years, but in the next 40 years. The next question then is, how are we going to help the businesses here? Right now, the entrepreneurs that are already here are having issues. The real question is what do we do for them? Listening, first of all. We need to make sure these people are putting money at risk for themselves. Right? Everybody says that business owners, this desire for gain is all their motivation is, but there's also another motivation for business owners, and that's the fear of loss. Governments don't necessarily have a fear of loss because they can always tax. They don't understand elected officials may go off to something else, but a government never has that fear of loss. An entrepreneur does, and they're going to do all they can in order to survive. So the real question is, first, we've got to help our entrepreneurs who are already here. Next thing we do is we have to attract other area businesses. Which ones? Could be big, could be small in that sense, but we have commercial zoning available for them to use, and we have to maximize those opportunities in those commercial areas. Because why? Right now our commercial tax base is very small compared to our surrounding neighbors. And if we don't raise that, the real question is as a city, are we going to be sustainable? Alpharetta had an option when we became a city to actually accept us and pull us a part of Alpharetta. The reality is the mayor did not want us. Why? Too residential. They didn't want the burden. So here we are now, our own city, with our own burden. And the question is are we doing things the right way? So we need to change that. We need to attract area businesses. We need to help the entrepreneurs that are already here. And the last thing we need to do is attract talent. Our kids, when they graduated from Milton High School, where do they go? Do they come back to Milton? Or do they go to the Northeast and Wall Street? Or do they go to downtown Atlanta? Or do they go to Chicago? Or do they go to somewhere else? We need them to want to come to Milton as a hub to attract that talent. The real question is, how do we do that? We need to make sure this is a living space for people as they come back from college to be able to take their knowledge that they've just acquired and put that effort into this community. So that then we have our whole identity. We have our whole who we are. That's it. So from here we are, that's my platform. I think we have a lot that we can do. I think as a team, we can do it. A couple quotes that I think is extremely important. Yes, there's opposition in an election. I'm okay with that. The debate is great. In my opinion, Ronald Reagan said it best about our opposition. He said, look, it's not that they're not passionate about what they think they know, so what they know is wrong. All right? The reality is I'll take anything on a debate because I've done the homework and I've studied. Right? All of us have. We've all been there. We've all fought in those fights. But together we can make it happen. Next question is, and I got to say it, all right? Lou Holt says that as a coach, it was fun. He was one of my coaches at Notre Dame. And he always said that when he was in a locker room one time, a coach gave a great pep talk. And everybody was all excited. And everybody's jumping up and down, ready to go run out there and go take on the other team. And at that time, they all ran out of the tunnel, and they're all excited, and they're all going to ready to just rip someone's head off. And then they line up on the kickoff team, and they're all ready to go, and the referee blows the whistle. And Lou Holt said as a player, he was out there on the field getting ready to take off, run down on that field. And he's running down, they're going to rip someone's head off. And all of a sudden, he got smacked in the side, forgot everything the coach said. All right? The reality is, in this election, all right, there's going to be a debate. All right? There will be things that happen. We always have a plan for that, though, and you don't flinch. If this is important to you enough, you keep driving forward. We're going to run a positive campaign. We'll attack the issues, not the individual. We're going to do the right things because I think we have facts and history on our side for what we're doing, and it's that urgent. My campaign manager says we're at a crossroads, which we are, at a crossroads. All right, this is a lot at stake at this particular time. But I think that what we're going to do, if we win this election, and when we do, we'll have an opportunity to give our entrepreneurs a fighting chance to make our community a better place. It's not just a 4-year decision right now, it's a 40-year decision. And that being said, another favorite quote of mine, President Eisenhower said this. He said, "A people that values its privileges above its principles soon loses both." I think I read that when I was 10 in a Reader's Digest sometime, but I never forgot that. And here we are today with an opportunity. The question is, we all have the privilege to sit aside and not do anything. That's our right. Others fought for that right to not really have to care. But then what should our principles be? Are we going to be involved in this? Are we going to put skin in the game for our community? I know I have, I know my wife has, and several others have as well, but we all need to contribute. Time and money. It's going to take money to be able to win this thing. Our opponent is fierce, she's shown that in the past. We're not afraid of that, though. I think as a community, it's time we stand up for what we believe, and we make it happen at this point on. So I want to thank you all very much for coming. think we have a great chance to be able to make our community a better place. I think we're going to save the communities here. I don't want to see it fail. I consider this ours, and we're going to make this happen. So thank you all for coming. Support this team, this group, and at the end of it, on November 8th, after the election, and they count it, November 9th, we're all going to celebrate because we'll have a new direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you again for coming out. We appreciate it. Matt is going to be available so you can talk to him. Please take the opportunity to talk to him, ask questions. He's looking forward to interacting with each and every one of you. If you've not yet signed up, there's a sign-up sheet up here at the front. There's also one at the table over there. Please make sure you sign in so we can have your information and we can stay in touch. And as Matt mentioned, there's also an opportunity to contribute. So if you've done so once, you can do it again, but there are forms up there to do so. So without any further ado, thank you again.
Signs.
Oh, yes, and if you like what you heard today, and you believe in Matt, which we hope you do, please, 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 please take 1 or 2 yard signs, put them up, give one to your neighbor as well. So thank you, and last thing there, Tim has been so great at opening up the place to us. Please, we have some wine here, but please also give him a round of applause. And